Hi, it's Michelle, and I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and emotional eating expert. And today I wanted to talk about why nourishment is so key and important, especially for emotional eaters who chronically diet. So, if you are an emotional eater, you usually eat when you are not feeling your best. You might not be super aware of it. And what I found with a lot of emotional eaters is that they chronically diet. I knew that was the case for me. I went through so many diets trying to control my hunger, control the way I was eating. I just thought something was wrong with my body. I couldn't control how much I was eating, or I didn't know if I was hungry or not hungry when I was binge eating. And I've seen this with so many clients and women I've talked to. They've tried countless diets, they've done surgeries, they've tried pills, they've tried so many things, all in an effort to really get to the root of their emotional eating. But today I want to talk about one aspect of emotional eating, which is true nourishment. And when we're dieting, this doesn't address true nourishment. It is all about restriction and restricting calories or restricting certain types of foods. It doesn't get to the root of emotional eating. So with diets, for instance, like I was saying, they're restrictive. They restrict either calories or certain macronutrients, like they'll restrict fat or the amount of carbs you're having, or maybe even proteins. They're restricting something. They're restricting the amount of calories you're having. And what happens in your body is that you start wanting more energy, more calories, because your brain starts looking for calories, looking for nourishment, because it's not getting enough when there are these severely restricted diets that don't give you enough nourishment. And they're cutting your calories in order for you to manage the way you're eating so that you can lose weight. So that's one way our brain is physically looking for nourishment. And what happens is we also become really obsessed with the diet. We're constantly thinking about it, constantly thinking about food, constantly, obsessing. And that creates a type of stress in our body. So with diets, we're creating two types of stress: physical stress on our body and mental stress, but it all accumulates in the body. We have stress response in our body. And why is this even important? Yes, we're stressed out. Well, when we're stressed out, we feel a lot of pressure in our body, but physiologically, stress is cortisol, and that starts impacting our digestion. When it impacts our digestion, it impacts our mood. So we're actually going deeper into our moods going down and probably going into emotional eating. This is what can create binges. This creates more of a cycle of emotionally eating and yo-yo dieting. And so when our moods are off, we go back to the food, and then we're not getting to the goals we want, right? And so physically in our body, when our digestion is off and it impacts our moods, that means that we're not going to feel our best. And also at the same time, when our body is stressed, it's going to hold on to weight. It's going to hold on to excess fat, excess water. It's going to create inflammation in our body. So we're not helping our bodies. If your goal is to lose weight, we're not helping our bodies at all. Now, if we add in emotional eating on top of that, so we're in the binge, let's say we're out of it and we go into emotional eating as we've been restricting and dieting, and then we eat because we're not in the best mood, and we're eating when we're not hungry. So our body is not going to be prepared for food, and we start eating when we're emotionally hungry. We're creating stress in the body as well. We are not dealing with the emotion, but we're also eating when our body is not physically ready for food. So our stomach's not ready with the acid. There's no enzymes being secreted. So that puts more stress on the body and on digestion, and again, on our mood. And creating that stress in our body is more inflammation and more holding on to extra weight. So we are not meeting our goals of, let's say it is to lose weight or to feel healthier, to be better in our bodies. So that's what diets do. They promote this way of being that's very stressful. And we don't need any more stress. We need to deeply nourish our body. We need to get back to what our bodies need, because when our bodies are in balance, it will naturally let go of extra weight. It will come back to health. It will rebalance. So in my program, I talk a lot about true nourishment. It's one phase of the program, and strategic digestion. So this is what's needed to rebuild you after you've been dieting and emotionally eating from a food perspective. So really looking at how you're digesting your food, having ways that you can put your body into rest and digest mode, having key foods that are going to be nourishing you and digesting well, and of course, extra supplements and herbs to help your body. Because what's happened when you've been dieting chronically and emotionally eating, your body is depleted of nourishment. It's depleted of vitamins and minerals and nutrients that don't help you feel your best. It doesn't make your nervous system feel its best. It's not going to help you with your mood. So you need to deeply nourish your body, and you have to be strategic about it, and you have to really know that things are digesting and getting into your system. So the second key point of the true nourishment phase of my program is that when you're truly nourishing yourself, you need to learn to do that, especially if you've been chronically dieting, because those diets don't put you in touch with your body. So really tuning into your body, you need a structure to flow from. You need guidance in order to get you to a point where you're more intuitive. I wouldn't just say be intuitive, because right now you've probably lost touch with a lot of your body cues. That's what happened to me. I had to relearn from the bottom what was hunger, what was true hunger, what was emotional hunger, when was I full, and other things, tuning into my body and the foods that I needed and how to satisfy my hunger. I had to learn all of these things in order to really tune in and to not go crazy again and swing to the other extreme and think I was being intuitive and eat everything in sight. That's not really doing much for you. That's not nourishing your body. That's also putting a lot of stress and pressure on your body, because then you don't know if you're truly hungry or emotionally hungry. It's important to distinguish between the two. So when you have those in place, you know how to truly nourish your body, you're strategic about your digestion, you have a structure to flow from, so you're deeply nourishing yourself, you're supporting your body, then it will balance out and you can start releasing weight as your body needs to. Of course, the other pillars and phases of the program, body acceptance and emotional wellness, come into play as well. But from a nourishment perspective, this is what we need to get into place, because this is lacking in a lot of women that I see that have been on these yo-yo diets. They're not aware of this deeper nourishment their body needs, because they've been chasing weight loss and depriving themselves of calories and not deeply nourishing their bodies. So if this way of working with emotional eating and dieting resonates with you, I invite you to reach out and connect, and I can see how I can help support and guide you. And of course, if you have any questions, please leave them below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that, and please like, and I will be back with more to share soon. And I hope you have a great day.